Today we're going to be working on solving. We're going to be looking at similar figures, so we're still following that same concept, but now we're going to be looking at the difference that it changed, or what changes occur in the perimeter and the area of the figure once it's been dilated. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at number one. And we already went over our Cornell notes, so you have an idea of how to do these. We've done a few practice problems, but I still want to help you out doing a few more and setting them up to make sure that you got it. So for instance, on number one, we have one object. It says that if you look at one length, it's 5 millimeters, and it says the perimeter is 15 millimeters, and the area is 10.7 inches squared. So we got to think about what type of effect does it have on the image when you dilate it, when you either enlarge it or you shrink it on the perimeter and area. Now the gist that we learned in class is that when we have a scale factor occur, that if we take that scale factor and we multiply it to the perimeter, so I'm going to go ahead and put, I'm going to put K for my scale factor times the perimeter, it's going to give you the new value. And whenever we're dealing with area, let me scoot this over just a little bit. When we're dealing with area, we're going to take the scale factor and we're going to square it and then multiply that to our area, and that's going to give us our new value. So it's really that simple. That's all we're going to do to every figure. It doesn't matter which one it is. And so we're going to go ahead and try that out on some of these, just like we did on our Cornell notes, and I'm going to get you started and then you'll do the rest on your own. So first of all, let's take a look at number one. The first thing that we need to do, so we're looking at this figure, is recognize that we have a length of 5 millimeters here, as I said earlier, and 15 here. And we want to think, well, if this is our original figure, right, and it's given us the values for our original figure, and then it changed to this one. So if you look, did we have an enlargement or did we have a reduction? And we had an enlargement, right? Our figure grew larger. So we know that the value for our scale factor is going to be some value that's greater than 1, because values greater than 1 enlarge our figure, and values less than 1 reduce our figure into, or shrink it into a smaller size. So we know that it's going to be greater, and the easiest way to find our scale factor is simply to take the new image, which is 15, and divide it by the old, and that'll tell it to us. So I think this one we don't even need a calculator. We can just go ahead and say, okay, well, we have 15. This is our new, right here, I'm going to put it in, or write new by it, over 5. And that was our old figure. And if we work that out, how many times can 5 go into 15? And the answer is 3. So our scale factor is going to be 3. Now that we know that, we can go ahead and use that to change our perimeter and to change our area. So let's go ahead and do the perimeter first. Our perimeter currently is 15 millimeters. So if we want to change that, we can say, okay, my scale factor of 3, and remember what I told you over here, right? We have K times P, so my K is 3. I'm going to multiply times my P, which is my perimeter, so 3 times my perimeter of 15, and that equals 45. So my new perimeter is 45 millimeters. I'm going to box that. Now we're going to go ahead and we need to take our scale factor. It's going to be 3 again. But now remember, for area, we got to square it. Because remember, area is counted in squared units. So use that to remember it. It's counted in squared units, so we square the K. So it's going to be 3 squared times our area, which our area was 10.7, right? So that's an A. Let me erase that real quick. I'm making a little bit of a mess here. We'll erase that. Okay, so just as K squared times A, which is our perimeter, and that's going to be 10.7, our area, which is going to be 10.7. So if we go ahead and multiply that out, now that one I am going to need to do in my calculator. So let me go ahead and grab my calculator real quick. All right, and we can just confirm too. Let's take a look real quick. We have 3 squared times our area of 10.7, and that's going to give us 96.3. So it's 96.3. Let's write that down. All right, so we have 96.3, and it's going to be inches squared. So that's my new area, and that's going to be my new perimeter. So when it has this question mark right here, what is P equal to? I'm going to rewrite it over here. P is equal to 45 And the area is now 96.3 inches squared. Here I should just put inches. So there's our answer. We are done.